unfair, so I will shake hands with 15 minutes. Thank you for your help, and I need the blackboard quickly. Okay. Actually, in Toastmaster Society, we have the word of the day session in every kind of club. But since we don't have this session, so I will introduce several words for you to use in your daily life. And I believe that will be very useful for you because some of you live with your parents, some of you live with your roommates, and they should have this kind of actions. For example, if your roommates always make some sounds and you cannot fall asleep, how could you say that? You can say this kind of words. So somniloquistic. That means somebody is a sleepwalker, a sleep talker, sleep talker. Somebody fall asleep and he is still keep talking, and you can call this guy somniloquist. Okay, and I will give you an example for this usage. Pandiculation. Pandiculation means you stretching. Okay? I will use our Vice President of Education for example. Paris, lengthy yawn and pandiculation give his Toastmaster members the hints to call it a night, which means Paris just and the stretching, and it is a hint that we must end up the meeting. And another word is like this. Bruxism. Bruxism means that if your roommates or your parents can do teeth grinding, 磨牙, teeth grinding, and you can say bruxism. Okay, it's a medical usage. If you want to learn this word, you can try to use this. And I will give you an example. Stanley's night-long bruxism sounds like a chainsaw, which means he sounds just like the electricity saw. The 电锯, okay. And I just saw my partner sit beside me, and I found she can describe with these words. Languish. If you describe somebody's language, that means this person is lose vitality. For example, after a long day at the office, Ichi languished on the chair and fell asleep. She wants to go home, okay? And about the pronunciation part, I will give you an example. How could we pronounce this word? Refuse. And how about this one? Refuge. Refuge, not refuge. Okay, one of the speakers used this word in his speech, and we have several usage. Come back to my topic. Actually, you can call. Let's call the cheese. Let's call the cheese, which means you want to briefly introduce something, and hesitate is a verb. So if you want to persuade others to join some kind of activity, you can say, don't hesitate to do something. But you cannot use don't be hesitate, because one of the speakers said don't be hesitate. I think it is not correct. And okay, it's a common errors. In Chinese, we always say 虽然 blah blah blah, 但是 blah blah blah. But actually in English we cannot use although blah blah blah, but blah blah blah, because we cannot use two conjunctions in the sentence, and we can only use although. Although Ichi is here, she is fell asleep. Okay, it's kind of example. Forgive me. Everywhere is your best place to study, but actually everywhere is not a noun, so you cannot use as a subject. You can try to use where is the best place for study? Everywhere. Everywhere. Okay. We study for study. You can also say we study for the sake of studying. I don't limit study place for a specific one. Actually, you can use an accurate item to describe this situation. Oh my God. Ubiquitous. Ubiquitous means everywhere. You can say ubiquitous learning, ubiquitous studying. Actually, in the e-learning, we have this kind of words, which means in the future, maybe we can learn everywhere. And you can use this word, ubiquitous. And one of the presenters said, receive the invited guest. Receive. VPPR should receive the invited guest. I think you want to say treat the invited guest. You want to greet these guests and make them feel they are just like home. And careful, which means you want to take care of somebody. Also, you mean you look after somebody. For example, Josh, you really wants to care for somebody, okay? And it means he really wants to take care of somebody, and also he look after somebody. You can also use this kind of usage in your conversation. And I like this sentence for today. Why do senior members stay in Toastmasters still? Because they need to learn. They want to learn, and they continue to learn. It's kind of lifelong journey. It's real because Mike and I joined Toastmasters over 10 years. And why we are still here? Because we want to learn more and gain more, and maybe we can know people more. So maybe this kind of the good example in this speech. It's time to taste the fruit of achievements. Wow, it's so beautiful. So here comes my feedbacks. I think maybe not all of you are native speakers. Maybe none of you are majoring in English literature. So maybe you can try to speak slow but clear, because that will train your basic skills. If you can train this kind of basic skills very well, and you can try to speak fast. Okay, otherwise your audience cannot get your point. And record your speech and watch your speech on the YouTube, because that will train you yourself listening comprehension, and if you will try to listen carefully to your speech, and I think you can train your articulation, your enunciation, because some of the speakers they are not speaking a clear way, so maybe we will confuse about your items, your words. So maybe you can try to record your speech. And at last, I think in Campus Club, I always persuade all the students dare to make mistakes here. Don't feel that you will lose face on the stage, because as long as you stand here, this is your time. You are the controller. So be proud of yourself and make yourself more confident on this stage. You will be the successor. I will turn my control to Toastmaster of the evening.